Good morning, dear students. Welcome to today's class. Today, first we discuss a program to enter a sentence and find the number of consecutive letter sequences in the sentence. To enter a program and find the number of consecutive letter sequences in the sentence. As we can see in the example, Abhishek was absent yesterday. The alphabets A and B in the word Abhishek. Again, the alphabets A and B in the word absent, and the alphabets S and T in the word yesterday are pairs of consecutive letter sequences. As we can see here, in this example, there are 3 pairs of consecutive letter sequences. There are 3 pairs of consecutive letter sequences. So we write the program to enter a sentence and find the number of consecutive letter sequences in the given sentence entered by the user. The class name given is consecutive and the function name is count consecutive string str. Str is the string type argument for storing the sentence entered by the user. We use the trim function for removing the blank spaces from the beginning and end of the string if there is any. And we use toUpperCase function to convert all the alphabets of the given sentence to uppercase letters. The toUpperCase function is used to convert all the alphabets of the given sentence entered by the user to uppercase alphabets. The variable count, that is initialized to 0, is used for counting the pair of consecutive letter sequence in the given sentence. The variable count is used for counting the number of consecutive letter sequences in the given sentence. We define 2 char type variables ch1 and ch2 for storing the alphabets in the adjacent positions. Once again, the variables ch1 and ch2 which are of char type are used for storing the alphabets in the consecutive or adjacent positions. In the variable len, the length of the sentence entered by the user or the number of characters in the given sentence will be stored. And then we define or create a loop starting from the initial value 0, which is the index of the first alphabet in the given sentence, up to the last index, and the updation is I++. Here, inside the loop, ch1 equals str.caret I and ch2 equal to str.caret I+1. Here, in the variable ch1, first, the first alphabet or the alphabet in the 0th index position will be stored. And in the same way, in the variable ch2, the second alphabet, that is, the alphabet in the first index position will be stored. That means, in this example, in the variable ch1, first, the first alphabet A or the alphabet in the 0th index position will be stored, and in the variable ch2, the second alphabet or the alphabet in the first index position will be stored, and those values are compared by using this relational operator equal sign. If ch2 equals ch1 plus 1, if ch2 equals ch1 plus 1, If this condition returns a true value, the value of the variable count is incremented. Once again, if CH2 equals CH1 plus 1, the value of the variable count is incremented. CH2 equals CH1 plus 1 means CH2 equals CH1 plus 1 means the second alphabet is the RC code of the second alphabet is 1 more than the RC code of the first or the before alphabet. CH2 equals CH1 plus 1 means the RC code of the second alphabet is 1 more than the RC code of the first alphabet. For example, in this example, the RC code of the second alphabet, that is B, which is 66, is 1 more than the RC code of the first alphabet, that is 65. That means the letters A and B, are consecutive letters or consecutive alphabets. And if the condition returns true, the value of the variable count will be incremented. And after the loop, we check the value of the variable count, and if the value of the variable count remains greater than 0, that means at least one pair of consecutive alphabets are present, and we display the number of consecutive letter sequences in the given sentence count. So the variable count displays the total number of consecutive letter sequences in the given sentence. And if the value of the variable count equal to 0, that means no pair of consecutive letter sequences are present in the given sentence. So this is the program for entering a string and find the number of consecutive letter sequences in the given sentence. I think you follow the program. We go to the next program. The next program that we discuss here is to enter a sentence, to enter the full form and display the abbreviated form. The program is to enter the full form and display the abbreviated form. For example, the input string or the input string is Indian Space Research Organization, Indian Space Research Organization, and the short form or the abbreviated form is ISRO. Okay, we discuss the program. Class ABB. ABB is the class name given. Public void disp ABB string str. Str is the variable used for storing the full form, and we here define a variable ABB of string type for storing the abbreviated form. Here the variable ABB is used for storing the abbreviated form of the sentence entered by the user. See here, the variable ABB is initialized to null string. The two double quotes together represent a null string. That means no value is stored in the variable ABB. Char ch, the variable ch, which is of char type, is used for storing each character of the string. And as you know, the variable len is used for storing the length of the string or the number of characters in the given string. And first, we store the first alphabet the first character of the given full form in the variable ABB. The first letter or the first alphabet, of course, needed in the abbreviated form. So the first alphabet or the alphabet in the 0th index position will be stored in the variable ABB. If you see the example here, in the input Indian Space Research Organization, first we are storing the alphabet I in the variable ABB. Then we create a loop starting from the initial value 0 up to the last index of the character, and the updation is I++. Then each alphabet starting from the first alphabet is stored in the variable ch, and each time we store the alphabet in the variable ch, we check whether the ASCII code of the variable ch, the ASCII code of the alphabet stored in the variable ch is 32 or not. We check each time when an alphabet is stored in the variable ch whether the ASCII code of that alphabet is 32 or not. If the ASCII code of the alphabet is 32, that means there is a space. If ch equals 32 returns a true value, that means it is a space. If there occur a space, the next alphabet needs to be stored in the variable ABB. For example, here when ch is a space, the next alphabet is the starting of the next word. That alphabet needs to be extracted and must be stored in the variable ABB to get the short form or abbreviated form. So, if ch equals 32, that means if there comes a space, the next alphabet, which is the starting alphabet of the next word, must be stored in the variable ABB. So this process continues till the last alphabet, and each time when a space is formed, the next alphabet will be stored in the variable ABB, and this goes on concatenated each time. Finally, when the loop is completed, what is stored in the variable ABB is the abbreviated form of the sentence entered by the user. When the loop is completed, what is stored in the variable ABB will be the abbreviated form of the string entered by the user. For example, if we enter the input Indian Space Research Organization, the string that will be stored in the variable ABB will be ISR. Okay, I think all of you follow the program. Thank you.